All right, now we're going to be looking at paragraph 6B of the 1 to 4 family contract. This has to do with the title insurance policy. Okay, so within 20 days after the title company receives a copy of this contract, so make sure this isn't super important. This paragraph does not start until the title company receives a copy of the contract. So we want to get this contract to the title company as soon as possible so they can start research on their title commitment. The seller shall furnish to buyer a commitment for title insurance and at buyer's expense. So the buyer is going to be paying for copies of restrictive covenants and documents evidencing exceptions in the commitment. So restrictive covenants, those are the deed restrictions, okay? And the documents having to go with that. Those will be provided by the title company, and make sure you as the agent tell the title company, get over the restrictive covenants and documents to the buyer as well. Okay. The seller authorizes title company to deliver the commitment and exception documents to buyer at buyer's address shown in paragraph 21. That's below. Now remember this because we're going to talk about paragraph 21 and why it's important that the buyer and seller's contact information be in paragraph 21. This is one of those reasons because I do not want it delivered to me, the agent or the broker. I want it delivered to me and the buyer so that the buyer can review those documents. We'll talk about that later. Now, if they're not delivered within 20 days, it extends automatically for 15 days. Now, typically this isn't an issue because we get title policies, especially in metro areas, within about 3 days. Okay. When you get out into rural areas, it may take longer because they're actually physically going through the court records. So it could take as up to 35 days sometimes. Ask the title company how long is it going to take to get title insurance on a property. Again, in a metro area like San Antonio, Austin, it's going to be done pretty quickly. In rural areas, it may take longer. That might be prudent to ask how long that's going to take. If they don't get a title commitment, then the buyer is going to have the ability to terminate the contract if they don't get it within 3 days of closing. Okay, if the commitment and exception documents are not delivered within the time required, the buyer may terminate the contract and the earnest money will be refunded to the buyer. Okay, so again, paragraph B, time to get title commitment. It'll be there within 20 days. A common practice in metro area is 3 to 5 days is when you're going to have it. Make sure your seller or your buyer reviews the title commitment. And if they have any questions, let's talk to the title company and get clarity on those things. You should also be looking at that title commitment as well. Okay. Make sure you take a separate class with a title company on how to read the title commitment. All right.